Hell nah! Hell nah! Okay, so you're watching this video because of a very particular thumbnail and or title that might have just gotten a lot of people wondering about stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those kinds of videos. Because today I wanted to refer to David Pagnotta's article from last night. This was a 10 plus p.m. Eastern article that was released that talks about the latest and greatest with Hiller, Desnoyers, in the LA Kings system, Quinn Hoopla, the New Jersey Devils, James Reimer, the Canucks in Sherwood, the Red Wings in Gustafson, and more. The reason this article is interesting, which, by the way, it will be linked in the description if you want to go out there and read it yourself, is because of what Pagnotta says about Vancouver Canucks defenseman Quinn Hughes. With all the attention on the New Jersey Devils and Quinn Hughes lately, and yes, the Detroit Red Wings and Philadelphia Flyers have been lumped in there too, another team to look out for is the New York Rangers. That would allocate a lot of dollars on their back end. But it wouldn't shock me to see the Rangers taking a swing. Oh boy. Oh boy, we could be on the cusp of seeing the New York Rangers getting in on these Quinn Hughes talks as well. Ay, David Pagnotta, look at the box of worms that you just opened. Let's go out there and read. Bald Panarin went out there and said, hey, Pagnotta's linking the Rangers to Hughes. And of course, Bald Panarin is your favorite New York Rangers fan account. So there, of course, are a whole bunch of folks going out there and replying. Pagnotta has never broken a story, would not be surprised. I don't think there is one prospect on the New York Rangers that interests me. Tom says, as a Vancouver Canucks fan, been manifesting this for a few. Power play one with Quinn Hughes and Adam Fox. Oh man, that would be ridiculous. I feel like, though, honestly, the idea of Quinn Hughes and Adam Fox on the same power play, it kind of gives me the same vibes that Brent Burns and Erik Karlsson had back on San Jose a decade something ago, where both of these guys were absolute peak of the league offensive defensemen. They could do no wrong in the offensive zone. Maybe in the defensive zone they could do some wrong, but they were some of the best playmakers in the O-zone in the league. But then when you saw them together, that's when they both started to struggle, because it's like, hey, Erik Karlsson can't control the point like he does because he's got Brent Burns as an option that also likes to do that. So they kind of stepped on each other's toes a little bit, and once Brent Burns got traded from San Jose, that's when Erik Karlsson popped off and had a 100-point campaign. Quinn Hughes and Adam Fox are both top of the league defensemen. Quinn, as long as he's producing in the ways that we know he can, which he absolutely has not been doing that lately, but as long as he produces as well as he could realistically get a 90-plus point season again. And I would even wager a bet and say it's possible that if all the circumstances are right, Quinn Hughes can be a 100-point player. I think it's not unfathomable to think about it like that. But with Adam Fox, though, I don't think that's the opportunity that Quinn Hughes needs to be placed into that 100-point territory with the Erik Karlssons and with all the other greats that have done it in the past. But anyways, that's just me spitting off the top of the dome talking about Quinn Hughes and the idea of him getting 100 points. Some other replies on this initial tweet say, hey, the Rangers don't have the assets in the organization to do it, unless you think something like Lafreniere, Perreault, Emery, Spence, and the 2 firsts is enough. Another reply says, who exactly do the New York Rangers for pieces that Vancouver would want? Dude, what is that sentence? That doesn't mean anything. And who exactly do the New York Rangers for pieces that Vancouver would want? Okay, look. They're just essentially saying Vancouver would want too much and the Rangers don't have those pieces. Clearly, this starts with Gabe Perreault, Lafreniere, and a first-round pick in exchange for Hughes, and they would need a forward coming back. Would that also mean Brett is gone? Panarin? What? No, it's not going to be Panarin. What are you talking about? Let's go out there and read some other replies to this Canucks, Quinn Hughes, Rangers talk. MD went out there and said, hey, the Rangers are driving up the bidding price for the Devils and the rest of the East. You can't make this up, bro. And I think that's hilarious. The New Jersey Devils are going to get in there because they want Quinn Hughes. They want to reunite the trio. They want to get this done. But then the Rangers are going to step in and say, wait a minute, no, we'll increase our offer. We want to get this guy too. So not only do the Devils get annoyed with New York, but so do the Flyers and the Detroit Red Wings. And there could potentially be a legitimate bidding war for Quinn Hughes, which... Look, if we're going to be real, there should be a bidding war for this guy. He's one of the best defensemen in the league. Maybe hasn't been playing like it recently, but still, reputation will take you a long way in this league. Let's dive into a few other notes about the Quinn Hughes Ranger talk. Adam Herman, who of course does stuff for Bleacher Report, went out there and said this 3 things. First, the New York Rangers need high-end skill wherever they can get it. And lefty is not necessarily a team strength. Number 2, I'm extremely skeptical that the Rangers can outbid other rumored teams, but they should try anyway. And 3, it's in Vancouver's interest to leak from as many teams as possible. Which I think we can all agree this is a very reasonable take on the situation. The Rangers could use some extra skill. The Rangers may not be able to outbid any of the other teams, but from Vancouver's POV, it's good if New York's name is out there. And we're talking about the Rangers as a Quinn Hughes destination. We're talking about this potentially manifesting itself. We're talking about Hughes joining his buddy JT Miller in New York. Joining Adam Fox, joining these other American defensemen on the back end, because you know Vancouver hasn't really had too many of those lately. They got a lot of Swedes for whatever reason. But, hey, Quinn Hughes as a potential New York Ranger, if he goes out there with Adam Fox, I'm actually really intrigued as to how that dynamic would work. I don't think it would work out all too well, but hey, you can say that I'm wrong. You can say that there are options for things to actually be better. Maybe you don't necessarily split up the power play duty, but you move things around a little bit so that Fox and Hughes can both get involved in the play and do their thing. I'm not sure if it's possible, just considering what Carlson and Burns were not able to accomplish years ago, but hey, if the Rangers want to prove me wrong, that's your prerogative. Go out there and try. With that in mind, though, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the idea of a Quinn Hughes trade to New York, and how the Rangers could potentially be driving up the asking price for the rest of the East, which could land Vancouver a pretty good package? How do you feel about this entire update here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.